Okay, cool. Let's see what this young brother has to say.
Available daters are having the hardest time dating in modern dating in 2026. So for context, I'm a doctoral candidate in research notions, and a lot of my research focuses on experiences of women. So just combined with what I've heard in studies that I've done I focus on teacher burnout and emotional labor, but combined with that, in relation to just conversations I've had and conversation I had with a best friend of mine recently, I've started to think through this. So this is what I'm thinking. That affectively or emotionally available people are having the hardest time because in dating, we've just become so rewired to expect people to be capricious and to expect uncertainty. We're so used to rostering and churn. We're so used to going a few dates with someone, that person falls off the roster, we add someone on. And so I think that when we have an emotionally available dater who knows what they want, they're giving clear communication, boundaries, consistency, follow-through, intentionality. And I think that that can be conflated with pressure. That for people who aren't used to experiencing those things, and they're used to not hearing from someone for 36 hours or only getting a date planned in the last minute, that's what we have come to understand the baseline of dating is. So when someone is actively doing the things that we know deep down a lot of us are seeking, people are like, wait, this is a bit much, this person's intense. But when it's nonchalant and it's inconsistent and ambiguous, and you know that there's potential to be fugacious, then there's no pressure, right? Because we're just so used to people being nonchalant. But for these chalant daters, right, the people who are intentional, the people who are emotionally available, they may often seek clarification if there's ambiguity really early, and that can also be seen as pressure. Like, wait, why is the person, we've only been on 2 dates, why are they trying to understand our communication pattern? Or why are they trying to make sure that we have a date planned within the next 5 days? And as someone who worked in an adult attachment lab in first round of grad school, I also feel like people who are anxiously attached and avoidant have a higher threshold for what's going on in modern dating. I think that people who are securely attached and emotionally available will back out of these ambiguous situations really early and altogether just leave the apps, right? The people who are like, I can't do it anymore, or like, I'm not getting the follow through, this just isn't working for me, and they'll back out and just actively eschew dating. But I think that for people who are avoidant, they'll thrive on this baseline of being inconsistent, right? And they thrive on the ghosting scenarios. And for those who are anxiously attached, unfortunately, our anxiously attached friends are just trapped in the web of the apps because there is so much unknown and uncertainty. And then it just creates this dopaminergic high of uncertainty to reassurance, right? That like you're feeling uncertain about somebody, you think they might be ghosting you, and then out of nowhere they send you a text like, hey, do you want to go out on Tuesday night? And then you're back to this, okay, they're into it again. But for securely attached people, that inconsistency isn't acceptable and they won't have it. So they'll just start to self-select out of dating. And so this is where I've landed in modern dating.
I think it provides a very fascinating analysis. This isn't something that I considered myself. Maybe you have. But he raises a good point. I think dating is difficult for any, well, not, I was about to say any and everybody, but no, that's not true. That's not the whole story. If we only look at our phones and we only look online, then yes, dating is this unparalleled hellscape that's never been seen before. But if you're really actually outside, boots on the ground, talking and conversing with others, it's not quite as bad as people make it seem. But it's bad. It is bad. I know, don't twist my words around and make me say, oh yeah, this guy, he said everything's pretty smooth. He said things are great. No. I'm just saying it's not quite as bad as it's made out to be when we log in to our various social media accounts. But he has a point. There's a lot of game playing going on. He's talking about avoidance having the advantage in the current market, the current landscape. And I mean, I see these people as people who are playing the game that's being played. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm actually saying that that's wrong, because it just seems like a lot of nothingness going on, a lot of tit for tat with no end game in mind. And that's the current market. Strange and peculiar to me, but that's what's hot right now. That's what's popular. That's what's going on. And I agree that if you're the type of person who's serious, you know what you're looking for, navigating today's playing field can at the very least be frustrating, because being honest, being serious, being deliberate, that's not what today's game is about. Unfortunately. I mean, there are pockets, there are pockets that are different. There are exceptions to everything in this world. So, I mean, maybe if you're dating at your church, if you're at a serious church and you're dating there, that's one exception. I can see that being different. But if you're at a church where unserious people are attending, then I don't think that you should expect anything to be different than if you went and found somebody at a local bar or club. But these are just my thoughts. I mean, take everything that I say with some healthy level of skepticism. I wouldn't consider myself to be an expert of any sort. Just put that out there, put that disclaimer out there, late, but still put it out there. But yeah, if you're an honest person, know what you want, at least that's an asset that you have on your side. Because many people don't know what they want as it relates to dating, as it relates to working, as it relates to housing, as it relates to life. People are lost in the sauce. So remember to work the advantages that you have in your corner. And I'd also say, try not to be overwhelmed by the degree of foolishness that's going on currently in American society and also around the globe, to be honest. I think maybe it started here, but conversations that I've had with a couple of my friends of friends, people who travel a bit more than I do nationally, they're like, nah, bro, it's the same. I'm like, yo, oh no, like there was a time where American culture hadn't penetrated these, I guess, more conservative, more culturally conservative countries. But from the conversations I've had, that seems to be a thing of the past. But as I said, don't fret. It's not quite as bad as the internet makes it seem. There are honest people, serious people out there. And I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. You pass them every day. But it may be hard to see them because of all of the noise and all of the foolishness that's happening on such a regular basis. It's far easier to pinpoint that than to pinpoint someone with their head on straight in today's world. Who's who? And as he said, those people are tired. Those people are tired of being let down. So it's a tough market to navigate. Very tough. But if you are looking, as I said, don't fret. And know that you don't have to play this game that everyone else is playing. And if you are playing the game, then I ain't gonna tell you what to do. This climate may be a paradise for you, for all I know. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Don't be afraid to hit that hype. I'll see you guys next time so we can discuss more. Peace.